give the floor to our CEO, J Europe, Salvatore Nigro. Salvatore, you are with us? Can you hear us?
I'm here. Good morning, good afternoon, buongiorno, buon pomeriggio, wherever you are, and welcome Europe. Welcome to one of the most exciting sessions I've been in the past few weeks, because we are looking at innovation, we're looking at environmental sustainability, we are looking at how to create business in an innovative way. So we are here thanks to Arconic and the Arconic Foundation. Arconic, as you know, is an industrial company specializing in lightweighting metals, engineering and manufacturing. And since 2017, as Diana well said, we've been working together. And you know one of my lemma is that talent is universal, but opportunities are not. So since 2017, we had 2,000 talented young people across Europe, mainly from Germany, France, Hungary, and the UK, linked up with the opportunities to showcase their business idea to jury coming from Arconic, but also from different policymakers that we have all invited. And this is very important for us as in partnership, because we do believe that STEM education, when is linked to sustainability, creates the basis for the jobs of the future, creates the basis for the companies of the future. And the pandemic has a little bit shaken everything here. So we as JA have been reflecting of what happened over this past year. And what really happened was that we needed to answer and find solution to the world that was about to come. Together, as a single generation, a generation of Europeans who believe in the importance of education, entrepreneurship, employment, and the environment. So that's why the idea that all of our young people who are the cornerstone of Gen E are really the ones who are going to shape the world after the pandemic. I want to start thanking the judges today. We have with us Sebastian Tisch, the Government Affairs Lead for the Benelux and Nordics at Arconic, Jasper Van Zon, the Senior Director, Communication Europe and Asia, and Ryan Kish, the Vice President and Treasurer of the Arconic Foundation. In addition, we'll be shortly joined by Dana Adriana Puya-Morel from the Director General for Internal Market, Industry, Entrepreneurship SME at DG Growth of the European Commission. I think she was on her way. But we have talented young people that brought together with teams to fantastic ideas that I'm very thrilled to learn from, as I think is very thrilled to hear from Ryan Kish. Ryan, the virtual floor is yours to welcome all the other participants.
Thank you, Sal. I appreciate it. Happy to be here. Hello, everyone. My name is Ryan Kish. I am the Vice President and Treasurer of Arconic Foundation, the organization sponsoring this competition, as Sal has said. I'm joining you today from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania in the United States, so representing the other side of the pond here. Arconic Corporation, as Sal talked about, is a global aluminum products manufacturing company serving many industries, including the automotive and aerospace industries. So innovation and sustainability are vital to the success of our company and our industries. Megatrends like lightweighting and electric vehicles are things that play very much into the strategic focus of our company. Arconic Foundation is a charitable grant-making organization that invests in the communities in which Arconic has operations, including France, Germany, Hungary, and the United Kingdom. And we partner with organizations like JA Europe to advance our funding priorities, which include education, environmental sustainability, and social equity. And Arconic Foundation sponsors this competition in particular, this competition on innovative sustainability business ideas, because we know that entrepreneurial innovation is truly one of the great engines that drive the economy. It's not just important to our company, but it's important to all companies. We need fresh, creative ideas to solve the complex and challenging issues that confront us today. Sustainability in particular is, as we all know, a topic that offers both challenges and opportunities. And it's an area that is just demanding innovation. So before we move on, I just want to say thank you to SAL and Junior Achievement Europe for building this program and sharing it with so many students around Europe. We're honored to partner with you. And to the student teams, thank you all for participating in this competition and putting so much hard work into your projects. It's very exciting, and we're all looking forward to your presentations. So best of luck. With that, I'll pass it over to Diana.
Thank you so much, Ryan, and thank you so much for being with us all the way from the States. Thank you to Arconic and Arconic Foundation for making this project possible. As you heard from Salvatore, there were 2,000 young people who were involved in this project, but only 4 best teams made it to this final. So you already should be very proud of your success, because you've managed to beat everyone else at the national level and made it to this European final. And I'm very pleased to welcome also again, as Salvatore already mentioned, the distinguished panel of judges. And I will ask maybe each of you to just say, wave and say a couple of words so that everyone gets to know you. And I know that Dana is already with us. So Dana is representing the European Commission, the Directorate General for Internal Market, Industry, Entrepreneurship and SME. Dana, thank you so much for joining us.
All right, can you hear me?
We can hear you well.
All right, hello everybody. Thank you for finding a picture of me. I realize now I forgot to send the picture. So thank you for finding a colorful picture. So I work indeed at the European Commission. I work in the unit representing SMEs. And in particular, I work on entrepreneurship education. That's what I had the occasion to meet wonderful people at JA Europe. And also on women entrepreneurship. So this is the expertise I bring today. And I'm really excited to be here. And I really looked at this project. It was really wonderful, actually, to look at them and to assess them. So good luck to everybody today.
Thank you so much, Dana, for joining us. Representing Boeing International, we have Sebastian Teir, who is the Government Affairs Lead for Benelux and Nordics. Sebastian?
Yes, hello, good afternoon, everyone, and I hope you can hear me well, especially a hello to the student teams, but of course also to the supporters out there in the audience. So my name is Sebastian Teil, and well done pronouncing that name, Diana. I'm from the Netherlands. I work at Boeing, and I'm primarily responsible for government affairs in the region that includes the Netherlands as well as the Scandinavian countries. And that is pretty much about working with government stakeholders on a range of issues, including sustainability, and other issues that are important to us and to our aviation industry. Today, I'm very happy and I'm very honored to be able to be part of this panel and to have an opportunity to see and to listen to all the great innovations that you, the student teams, have been working on so hard and put so much dedication and effort into. So I can really not wait, and I just want to wish you good luck and a good flight, and over to you, Diana.
Thank you so much, Sebastian, for joining us. Representing Arconic, we have Jasper van Zoon, who's been a great partner to us around these years on this project. So Jasper, thank you so much for taking the time also to be this year on the jury.
Yeah, sure, Diana, and the pleasure is obviously all mine. As Diana already mentioned, my name is Jasper van Zoon, so the second Dutch person, I guess, in the meeting today. And I'm responsible for Arconic's communications and government affairs activities in the European, Russia, and Asia region. That's my day job. But besides this day job, I also have the pleasure of being involved in a number of Arconic Foundation initiatives in the same region of the world. So I'm working together with my colleague Ryan Kish, who you heard speaking previously, but also working hand in hand with many of our employees and manufacturing locations to support a wide range of projects in the Europe, Russia, and Asia region. I have indeed had the privilege of being involved in the joint JA Europe Arconic Foundation Inventing the Future program since its beginning 4 years ago. And today I'm simply looking forward to seeing your presentations during the finals. So with that, I'll pass back the microphone to Diana.
Thank you so much, Jasper. Indeed, thank you for joining us again. And last but definitely not least, you heard from him is Ryan Kish. And thank you, Ryan, also for taking this role of being part of the jury.
My pleasure.
So we all heard that Arconic and Arconic Foundation supports the Innovative Sustainability Business Idea Award as its mission to enhance education and improve the environmental sustainability of the community in which they operate. Student companies coming from France, Germany, Hungary, and the UK, and I'm happy for all of you to wave so we know that you're all there, are here with us today, and you've been involved in 1 year of work to come up with this innovative business solution to fight against climate change. And we are really thrilled to hear your presentation. We are excited. We think that you've done a great job. I think the judges were very impressed with what you've already submitted on the platform and the videos presentation. So we are really thrilled to have you live as well with us. And for that, I'm gonna give the floor to my colleague Nicolos Creva, who's also coordinating this project, to run through the presentations of the team.
Thank you, Diana. Indeed. Good luck, everyone, indeed. It is now the moment to start the presentations. So I would kindly ask to my colleague Bruno to start sharing his screen. Perfect. As you can see, we have 4 teams today from France, Germany, Hungary, and the UK. The first team to present will be Melon Harp from France. We will, just for you to know, we will first have a look at the video that the team prepared. After the video, we will ask the students to present and pitch live their idea with a maximum time of 4 minutes. And then after the presentation, the jury will have the chance to ask a few questions. Approximately 3 minutes for the Q&A session has been scheduled. So I will now ask to my colleague Bruno to move to the next slide and start presenting the video. And as I said, after that, we will ask the team from France to take control of the screen and start the presentation.
I'm the happy little bee.
I'm the big bad Asian hornet, and I wanna eat ya. I'm coming!
No!
Oh! Oh!
Phew! That was a close shave. Thank you for saving my life. Oh, by the way, you can get this product at for less than 100 euros.
All beekeepers are threatened by Asian hornets, both professionals and amateurs. An environmental friendly, effective, and affordable method of dealing with Asian hornets does not exist. Well, that's before Melon Harp's creation. BeeSafe is an innovative solution for the threat of Asian hornets. It is supplied by a solar panel, thus it uses renewable energies to function and turns off at night thanks to its daylight sensor. We managed to develop and commercialize it at a really low price of only 90 euros. The electrical box is made up of a charge-discharge regulator, a daylight sensor, and a voltage multiplier. The current goes into the frame made out of PVC tubes and connective metal wires spaced wide enough to let the bees go through, but narrow enough to electrocute Asian hornets. The rest of the harp is made out of plexiglass. Thanks to this system, it can eliminate up to 100 Asian hornets per day, which makes our product one of the most effective and selective traps on the market. Our main client is recreational beekeepers who possesses less than 50 hives. Since it's priced at only 90 euros, which is really low compared to the market with an average price cap of more than 100 euros, in the Var region itself, we have estimated more than 500 potential clients. Don't worry. Be happy.
Well, this was a really nice video. And then I will ask the students to take control of our screen. And when you will start speaking, we will also start the timer at the same time. So as I said, you will have 4 minutes for your presentation. Are you ready?
Yes.
Great. Good luck.
Thanks.
Hello, everyone. We are living in a world which grows, where we don't even know where we go. In a world which won't stop to go ahead, where nature's state can go from green to red. In a strange world, because tomorrow I maybe won't be able to eat this orange. If bees weren't here, this orange wouldn't exist. These pollinating insects are the source of 80% of plant species, but they are unfortunately threatened by many sources, and one of the main ones being the Asian hornet, which kills at least 30% of bee population each year. Well, how can we help them?
Melon Harp has decided to develop the electric harp. The electric harp, positioned behind the hive, outputs an electric discharge to the hornets passing through. This leads them to fall into a water tank where they eventually drown. We need a practical, ecological, and affordable solution to protect our bees. Practical because our harp kills up to 250 Asian hornets per day, as well as functioning independently from power sources thanks to its solar panel. Ecological, well, first and foremost, the very concept of our product is to protect bees and by extension, biodiversity in general. Secondly, it is made out of recyclable materials like PVC and plexiglass. Finally, it uses renewable energy thanks to its solar panel and saves energy by turning off at night. Affordable because Melon Harps offers all of this at the price of only 90 euros. But how do we know beekeepers need all this?
Our market research revealed several important points. Firstly, all beekeepers are affected by Asian hornets, and in order to solve this problem, majority of them use traps. There are various types of traps, but the most used are bait traps, which are a real plague for biodiversity. Very few use the electric harp, and for those who use it, they made it by themselves. Electric harps are effective and precious traps, but they are costly. The only French company that sells them for up to nearly 500 euros equipped with a solar panel. Too expensive. This is a major criterion that Melon Harp has taken into account.
Beekeepers are in desperate need of
an affordable, efficient,
and practical
trap.
They also talked about an autonomous photovoltaic power supply to be provided because, unfortunately, many apiaries are located far from power sources. The commercial strategy of Melon Harp is to offer a working electric harp equipped with a solar panel for less than 100 euros. Knowing that the electric harp is able to protect up to 6 hives, our primary target will be recreational beekeepers, that is to say, beekeepers with less than 50 hives. That turns out well, because in the VAR, more than 8 out of 10 beekeepers have less than 50 hives, which gives us an estimation of more than 500 potential clients.
Well, in order to achieve our goal, they have set up a fundraiser. We were able to count on the support of many beekeepers and other supporters whom we greatly thank for. Our low price of only 90 euros allows us to stand out from the regional and international market, reason being the huge price gap of more than 100 euros. That's why we fight day after day. So help us on our journey. This was Melon Harp. Don't worry, be happy.
Thank you.
Thank you, Melon Harp. And now is the moment for the jury to ask you some questions. So I will leave the floor to Jasper, Ryan, Sebastian, and Dana. Whenever you're ready.
Yes. Great job. If I can, sorry, Sebastian, I saw you raise your hand. Let me, since I stole the floor here, I'll quickly ask the first question. First off, team, great job. Since we only have a few minutes, I'll get right to it. My first question is, what's your margin on the product? So you said the product costs 90 euros, which is a great price. You're obviously undercutting your competitors. What do you estimate your profit margin to be at that price point?
So our margin is of 20 euros. So the cost price is 70 euros to produce one harp. And our goal isn't to make a big profit. It's to bring the electric harp more accessible to beekeepers, because recreational beekeepers don't have a lot of money to put in the electric harps. In the market, as we said, electric harps cost 500 euros for the same characteristics than ours. And our goal is really to make it the most accessible and to bring it to most beekeepers.
Thank you. That's great. And it's important, of course, to have the financial sustainability to keep your company running. And I'll note that that's a margin of over 20%. So it's actually quite a high margin. So it might not be your goal, but very good. Sebastian, I'll pass it back to you there.
Oh, sure. Thanks, Ryan. And so impressive innovation team. And I was just very curious, how do you guarantee the safety? So apparently the bees do not get these shocks from this system, but why is that? Is that because of the behavior of the bees, or what guarantees that it's safe for the bees?
So what guarantees that it's safe for bees is the position of the electric harp. The electric harp is positioned behind the hives, and in the typical route of a bee, the bees never go behind the hives. They always go in front, but never behind. So that's one point. Of course, there are some casualties. Maybe they wanted to go drink water in the water tank and they drowned, or they were caught by an Asian hornet, and the Asian hornet passed through the electric harp. But what is the safer is to put it behind the hive so that the bees goes there the less.
Furthermore, the gap of the electric wires are spaced wide enough in order to let the bees go through. But of course, never enough to electrocute passing hornets. Furthermore, we have a daylight sensor implemented in our electric harp, so that since Asian hornets are diurnal insects, the electric harp only works during daytime, and at night it will just turn off thanks to its daylight sensor.
Very clear. Thank you, team.
I see, Dano, you have raised your hand. Do you have a question?
Yes, I do have a question. Thank you. Very nice presentation, very nice idea. I like it. It's very creative, so well done. The question that I have is, I'd like to get a better idea what's the size of the problem, because you're saying your device is killing something between 100 to 250 hornets a day, but I'd like to understand what the size of it. So what those recreational beekeepers, how many hornets do they have to face in a day? So to see the problem versus your solution, you know, how does it match? So if you can answer that, that would be great. Thank you.
It's actually 60 centimeters by 70, 80. What makes the efficiency is really the position, as we said, because we actually use the hives as bait for Asian hornets. So what makes the efficiency is primarily the position. And secondly, it's actually the electric system, which works autonomously thanks to its solar panel, which makes it really practical for beekeepers that aren't really close to their apiaries, so that they aren't forced to go there daily just to check if the harp is still working or not.
And also, furthermore, this harp can kill up to 250 Asian hornets per day and up to 15,000 Asian hornets per month. So that's per season, sorry. So that's a lot of, that's a huge population of Asian hornets that it can actually kill. So this is all based on our review from our customers.
Mm-hmm. And is that more than what a regular beekeeper would encounter? So a regular beekeeper, how many hornets does he see in a month or in a day? I was trying to just get an idea of, you know, what's the problem they're facing, because if they have only 2 hornets every day, then your device kills too many. But if they have 1,000 every day, then 250 a day is like, okay. So that's what I was trying to get at.
So currently in the south of France, or in France in general, we're facing a really huge problem, which is the tremendous threat of Asian hornets. A lot of beekeepers are losing money and losing profit because of the amount of Asian hornets killing their bees. As my friend Arthur said, more than 30% of the bee population are dying each year just because of the Asian hornets alone. So that's a considerably high number of death toll that we have taken into account.
Perfect. Thank you, Dana. Thank you, Tim. Jasper, we still have a few minutes for the Q&A session in case you have a question.
Sure. If we do have time, then I wouldn't mind asking a quick question. So I like the setup of your device. It's also good that you are showing it now, how sturdy it is. But did you think about, with your material choice and your components choice, about the durability of the device? I mean, is it good for 1 season, 5 seasons, 10 seasons? Can you give a little bit of a feeling about that?
So the choice of the materials was mainly considered for the price, as our condition was to make it below 100 euros. But of course, we also chose in the range of possibility recyclable materials, like I said, plexiglass and PVC that are recyclable and that has a durability in time. We estimate, based on the beekeepers' feedback, that our harp can last up to 10 years without destruction by humans. So that's the feedback we got. And in case of durability, we chose durable and recyclable materials to make it the most practical for beekeepers.
And also keep in mind that we had only one school year to make this product, so we didn't have enough time, and we couldn't really experiment with other materials. So in the near future, we will try to improve our product, because then we have more time and we have more money and we have more experience, most importantly, to of course improve our product. So this is basically what we have done so far in this 1 year, which is already really incredible. Thanks to on behalf of the team, to make a really functioning product, and we sold 100% of all of our harps to clients all over France, not only in our region. So that's really a huge milestone, and we're really proud of it.
And considering actually the pandemic or the crisis, we had technically less than 1 year to make this product and to make this project a possible success.
Yeah, and your pride shows, guys. So very well done. So
thank you so much.
Thank you for that.
Good luck for us.
No further questions, Nico. Thank you.
Thank you, Jasper. So we can now move to the second presentation of today. I will kindly ask my colleague Bruno to share his screen again. We have the team from Germany, UV Clean. As we have done before, we will first start with the video, and then after the video, we'll have the live presentation of the team. So enjoy the video.
We, UV Clean, wanted to provide an environmentally friendly product that helps deal with Corona's influence in our everyday lives. Our aim was to create something that can disinfect objects while remaining simple and reusable. UVC light proved to be a reusable disinfectant, so by placing a UVC LED inside of a bag, we have managed to achieve our aims.
thank you for the video, UV Clean. A really interesting product. So please, when you're ready, take control of the presentation and start. Good luck.
Yeah, you'll actually have to grant me control over the presentation, because
my colleague Bruno will grant you access. Let us know when you're able to move to the next slide, and we will start the presentation.
Sorry, who will be the person presenting? Will be Luca?
Well, yeah, exactly.
Okay. I think is everything okay now?
Yeah,
perfect.
Exactly. I can start now.
Great. Good luck then.
Okay. Hello, everybody. We are Fredi and Luca, and we are from UV Clean from Germany. Our product is all about sustainability, and we are going to tell you about the problems our product is solving, as well as our sustainability and business model.
All right, so what problems are we trying to solve? Well, we basically realized that during the pandemic, there is an extremely unsustainable mask use. So especially OP masks, which are required here, can only be used once. And so we wanted to search for a sustainable disinfection solution. And of course, you couldn't use disinfecting spray or gel, because that just doesn't work with the masks. And so we decided for the use of UV light. And actually, this is our finished product. And you can see the UV LED here that's used to disinfect the masks. And what we wanted to achieve by enabling reuse of masks is, of course, a reduction of garbage production. I think we've all seen masks just lying around somewhere and polluting the environment. And of course, we achieve money saving for customers, just because they don't have to throw away as many masks and keep them longer, especially due to abolishment of textile masks here in Germany. So you have to use one-time use masks, which you can't just wash. And we're also achieving a relief of the strained global mask market. We all know that mask prices rose extremely during the pandemic, and this way we can take the pressure off mask production, because we just simply use less. And so we just didn't just want to focus on sustainability within our use case, but also within our production. So this carton the box is made out of is actually made from recycled paper. So we don't really produce any waste by that. And also the power source that's built into the box, because of course the UV LED needs electricity to run, is a rechargeable battery, which you can just use a normal phone charger to charge. So that way you don't need to buy some exotic charger or have to replace batteries, which will be a huge waste for the environment. And as you saw in the video, we originally worked on bags from recycled plastic fabrics, which we decided to not continue with, just because our cartons are simpler to optimize. So yeah, those were also made from waste fabrics actually. So we also didn't make any waste there.
Coming to our product, we had a material cost of roughly €7 and a wholesale price of €50.99. And we sorted the electronic and assembled the box ourselves, so we had a quite high level per box. The boxes were mostly sold at a stall at our school, so our target group was consisted of mostly students and teachers, and in general people who need to wear a mask all day. We reached our customers over Instagram, the stall at our school, and flyers we distributed, and the various departments took care of the various tasks within the team. We hope we could convince you that UV clean is the best option to be sustainable and thus keeping the environment recover. Thank you for listening.
Thank you, Team UV Clean. And now the floor to the jury for some questions.
Yeah, maybe Dana, you want to go first.
All right, thank you. All right, very nice. Thank you. Thank you for the presentation and for the hard work. I understand that it was not easy. So my question is, imagine I'm one of those students who is not so technical, you know, so I'd like to understand the mechanism. How exactly does this UV light disinfect? Because all people know is that disinfectant gel disinfect. That's what we've seen everywhere in the media. So can you explain the mechanism? How does it work? How does this disinfected mask get clean with this UV light? Thank you.
Well, the way UV light works is that even though it's not visible to the eye, it does exist, of course, and you might see it in certain reflections, for example, on a white surface. And the reason that it's not visible to the naked eye is that it consists out of light made out of small waves, because light is long or short waves, and light with smaller waves has higher energy. So what UV light does is essentially it shoots energy to the germs and the viruses, those might be found on your mask, and is deadly to most of them.
Perfect, thank you. Very clear. Yeah. Yes, please, Jasper, go ahead.
Yeah, Sebastian, I'm going to squeeze in. So, you see that you guys generate a lot of questions, right? Which is good. So we are very engaged, I guess, in the interaction. Now, hopefully, we're slowly getting out of this pandemic situation, which obviously makes everybody happy, right? But it also means that that might be challenging for your business plan. So, have you thought about other applications for your technology? I mean, at the end of the day, I have smelly socks. I don't know, I guess it's the same with everybody, but is there anything you can do with that, with your application?
Well, basically, our main motivation obviously was the pandemic, and that's why we basically created this UV clean box. But aside from the pandemic, there's various or a large use of our UV clean box, because you can basically put your phone or basically your phone or your like your pen, something like that you use every day and want to disinfect. So basically, there's a very large and vast range of usage. So that also after the pandemic, there's a lot of objects that you can put inside.
So in a world where people appreciate hygiene and things like that, because it's also something that I guess the pandemic has taught us, you will continue to be part of the solution. Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
Excellent. Thank you.
Thank you,
No
Jasper,
problem.
for the question. And Sebastian, you think you had a question, or we still have 2 minutes for the Q&A. So
okay,
go ahead.
sure. I'll be brief. So I remember when I watched your video previously, I paused in the last shot so that I could read your manual. I really liked that you made a little manual. And I think I remember seeing sort of a recommended time frame that the light should be on in order to kill the germs. And I was wondering, so do you have some, or what in your research did you find in terms of the effectiveness of this UV light? Do you reach sort of 99%? Killing the germs, or 99.99? What's your view on that?
Well, what we did was we took 2 dishes with bacterial colonies, and one of them we put in the box for the recommended amount of time, and one we didn't. And then we put them in the same room for a day. And the result was very obvious, that the colony that was I'm sorry, I'm missing the word. The colony that was treated with UV clean light was evidently smaller, although it wasn't non-existent, it was by far smaller than the untreated colonies. So one could definitely see there was a large difference, but we do not have the technology as of yet to precisely measure the difference in percentages.
Sure, but you actually tested yourself, which is very good. So thanks for the clarification.
Great, and I'll follow up with one last question, although I had the same questions as Jasper and Sebastian. And I really do think you should focus on post-pandemic uses, because the phone is something obviously, most people have and is very, it attracts a lot of bacteria, right? And you could see people wanting to clean their phone now because they're so much more cognizant of the bacteria and the germs on them. One question that I had about the product design itself was, it seemed like the UV light was above the object you're trying to clean. Do we expect that UV light to also clean the underside of that object? Do you need to flip it over? Or is there something you would change about the design to get to the underside of the object that needs cleaned? I think about the mask, and you probably put it in there, it's probably going to be folded in half. Are both sides going to get clean with that light shining from above?
Well, the mask, the box actually has exactly the dimensions, so it's possible to place the mask open in it. So basically with a mouth side to the LED. And of course, there's some penetration of the light through the mask, but for example, with a phone, there would be much less. However, that's really hard to circumvent, and I guess you'd have to flip it to really be sure that both sides would be cleaned. However, of course, for example, with a phone, I guess the screen would be a lot more dirty than the other side. The same with the mask. The side where your mouth is will be a lot dirtier than the other side.
Sure, great, thank you. I think that's something you have to think about as you think about other applications for the product. People want as much ease of use as possible, so maybe a light on the bottom of the box and a little stand in the middle to hold the object, so it's getting it from both sides at the same time. But great, thank you.
Thank you, Ryan, for the feedback, and thank you, Zim, for the presentation. We now need to move to the third presentation, the team from Hungary, Pupil Pay. So I will ask Bruno to share his screen. Perfect, thank you. And we will start with the video immediately.
Hi, I'm Levi, and my company is Pupil Pay. We make cashless payment solutions for schools. But why cashless? Well, because we believe that going cashless is the future. So why not just use a debit card? Well, many schools can't afford debit cards because banks charge from 1.5 to 3% of a transaction plus base or monthly fees. We charge 0.5% without any base fees or monthly fees. Many students don't have debit cards because either of their age or because most schools simply do not have a bank terminal. So now let's check out the portal. That's the web app made for users. I'm just gonna share my screen. Hold on. We'll click on login, enter our info, and we are in. On the dashboard, we can see some handy data. How much I spent this week, my past 5 transactions, how much money I have, and a chart that shows me the detailed changes of my balance. If you click on transactions, I can filter by activity, amount, or by date. If you click here, we can order our lunch for next week. Let's check out next Thursday. Carbonara sounds good. Let's click on save, and all of them. And if we go here, we can already see that it has been deducted from our balance. We can click here in the settings where we can select how regularly we want to get summaries. This is how one of them look like. We see our past transactions from the month or the week and how much our balance changed. This week we had more top-ups than payments, so our balance went up. And we can log in, and all done. That's the portal. Thanks for your attention and have a great day.
Thank you, Pupil Pay, for the video. Thank you for the video. And now we will start the presentation. please let us know when you have control of the presentation.
Okay, and I should have control. Great. So as I already said, I'm Levi, and our company is PeoplePay from Hungary. So let's begin. As we said in the video, as we said in the video, we offer solutions for schools who want to go cash free. And we do that by offering them a platform that's for tracking the students' balances. Through here, they can make transactions, top-ups, payments, and order their lunch. They can use a card for this, which uses NFC, the same technology used by bank cards, which makes them contactless. And we also offer summaries, lunch orders, business intelligence tools for schools, allergy checking, and tons of other cool features. We are more affordable than bank cards, and we are faster than cash. Our business model is based on software as service. And we offer these to other businesses, so we are business to business. We charge them a network fee, which is 0.5% of a transaction, and this comes from the cafeteria side. You can see some calculations below. Our expected yearly income is a bit over $1,000, with about $200 in expenses. This means an 80% profit margin. And we already have over 30 leads from schools ranging from 500 to 2,000 students. So we plan to reach out to them this summer. This is a quick comparison, comparing the price of banks and PeoplePay. We think that this is a very sustainable business model. Talking about sustainably, let's move over there. We believe that recycling isn't the only way towards a greener future. We believe that if we can reduce impulse purchases by improving financial literacy from ages 10 to 18, we can also reduce waste. And we believe that we should remove harmful materials from the payment process, such as thermal paper, which includes very, very toxic BPA and BPS. And we believe that we should increase the lifespan of paper banknotes, reducing their carbon footprint. Comparing the lifespan of cards to paper banknotes, cards have a much longer lifespan, and if we use less cash, then their lifespan increases because they are not as used, clearly. Since last year, we have accomplished many things on our roadmap. We competed last year under the Pupex name. We rebranded completely to be PeoplePay and got a new logo, which is more appealing to young people. We found a manufacturer and distributor for our terminals, which you can see right there. And they actually have a development unit right with me. We finished our terminal and parental web app, and we included major security and speed updates. These updates come through our API, which is Central Transaction Authorization and Processing. This makes it far more secure and faster. We finished lunch order checking, which means you can order your lunch through the portal and get it checked in your school instantly. We have tons of new statistics, weekly and monthly summaries, and allergy checking, which means that if you try to order a lunch that you're allergic to, it shows you a warning if you want to proceed or not. And we're also working on an Android version, which could make release much easier and cheaper for schools because it could technically run on any Android smartphone. These are some screenshots from the portal. And we also have some plans for the future, such as online balance top-ups, which means you can enter your bank card details and top up your balance under a few seconds. As I mentioned, allergy warnings, which are currently underway. And we plan on adding Apple Pay, Google Pay, which is mobile payments. You can pay with your phone, and Microsoft Power BI for schools to have a deeper and more detailed understanding of their traffic. Thanks for your attention, and good luck everyone else.
Thank you, PeoplePay. We will now quickly leave the floor to the jury. We have 3 minutes for the Q&A session.
Yeah, maybe I would like to ask the first question if the rest of the team is okay with that. Pretty impressive technology. I mean, you are blowing my mind with all of these, you know, the transfer protocols and all of the platforms on which the technology works, etc. Now, I don't want to sound like an old man, but I am a little bit older than you, Levi, I guess. Is it still possible for parents or grandparents to, you know, contribute with pocket money on a weekly basis or a monthly basis? I mean, where in the past, you know, when I was a small child, my father would give me once a month maybe €5 or guilders. We didn't have a euro back then. I mean, how is the practical integration of spontaneous little pocket money from the parents or the grandparents included?
Yeah, well, you can use cash to top up in school. Our terminals are capable of cash top up. So you enter how much you want to top up, scan the card, and give the cash to the cashier. And you can top up with your allowance too, if you prefer that.
So it's that simple?
Yeah, it's pretty simple. But as I mentioned, we plan on online top-ups, which would make it much easier for parents.
Mm-hmm. Okay, thank you.
Thank you for your question.
Thank you, Jasper. And Dana, please.
Thank you. I have a similar question to Jasper. You can say that we're older. We're thinking that we're parents. So you could see that. Sorry about that. Very nice product. So thank you. So my question is indeed, if I want to enroll my child, how do I do it? What's a use case? You know, what's a journey? So for a student, because I notice you say you're B2B, but for a parent or for an older student, I would say, what's the journey? How do I enroll and use this app? If I want to enroll, for instance, for the whole semester to have a meal every day, how does it work?
Okay, so we planned our roadmap for releasing to schools is we reach out to them. And first up, schools have to accept the technology, and then the cafeterias have to plan to decide if they want to use it or not. It's not really the school's decision, but the cafeterias after all. So they decide if they want it or not. Hopefully they will, because from our feedback, students definitely want it. We have many leads, but talk about the cafeteria, so they accept it, and then every parent from the school gets an email that their school now accepts Pupil Pay, and through that email they can register, enter their details, and get their card received. And then from then on, it's just simply either using our online top-up service, bank transfer top-ups, or cash. It's that simple. So nothing really complicated. Much easier than signing up for a bank.
Thanks a lot. Ryan, I see you raised your hand.
Thanks, Nico. So great, Levi, the platform looks really clean and looks great. Obviously, a lot of work's been put into that. You mentioned you had about 30 leads with different schools. Do you have any actual users today with the prototype or the demo site? And so I also have a second question. My second question is, can you talk about your the hand terminal a little bit more? Because that was great that you flashed that up there. I'd love to hear more about how that works and what its capability is.
Yeah, sure. So we planned to release last September, but due to COVID, we couldn't because schools completely shut down. And we decided that by the time schools opened back up again, which was around March, it wasn't a good decision. It wouldn't have been a good decision to release it for the last few months. So we just decided to push it back to next September. We are talking with our school, who is definitely interested, and we plan to reach out to the other ones as well. But the operator of our cafeteria operates 7 other schools in our region, so that could be a market itself. And talking about the terminal, so the terminals aren't manufactured just for us, which makes it more affordable. It's around the same price as any mid-range phone, so around $200, including shipping. And it's capable of reading the cards, scanning barcodes, which is also a handy feature, which could bring allergy checking to allergy checkings not to only lunch, but product purchases too. And it has a very, very long battery time. I couldn't actually test the battery life itself, but it's definitely up to a week.
Great, great. Excellent, thank you. I'll pass it over to Sebastian. Yeah.
Do we have time for one more?
We have a few seconds.
Okay, a few seconds. Okay, just then very briefly, what do you think is the main reason why schools will be willing to pay this fee? I understand that the fee will be low, but what do you think is the main reason?
Well, unfortunately, whether we like it or not, but there are, well, not robberies, but small stealings of cashes in school, which is unfortunate. It's a very small amount, but it's still there. We could definitely eliminate there because you can block your card through our web app. That's one of the reasons. The second one is it's much cleaner. COVID-19 can survive up to 28 days on banknotes, which can pose a huge threat to schools. One person brings in an infected banknote and it can infect tens of people. That's another one of the reasons. And it's much faster than cash, so the line would be much shorter, and more people could get their breakfast from the cafeteria and probably eat them before class and get better grades because they're not hungry and stressed because, oh, I couldn't eat anything.
Got it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Levi. Thanks for your presentation, and thanks to the jury for the questions. We will now move to the last presentation of today, the team from the UK, Compostivity. So we will first start with the video and then the presentation of the team. Thank you, Bruno.
There's 88 million tons of food wasted each year in Europe. This figure is what inspired the creation of our social enterprise, Compostivity. Our company aims to resolve the prevalent problem of food waste by providing a fully sustainable and educational compost activity box for children and families.
The Compostivity box includes an activity booklet filled with games about the processing of composting, an A3 compost tracker, stickers of fruit and veg to motivate the customer, 6 soil pellets, 2 packs of seeds, with one being the customer's choice and one being a surprise.
There has never been a compost activity box on the market that pushes tackling of food waste like Compostivity does. Our product has sustainability rooted within itself, from the 100% sustainable production process to the sustainability of educating the next generation on how they can prevent the huge problem of food waste. Our goal of encouraging children to be more sustainable is demonstrated in our marketing strategy, as we have worked with children in covers groups to share our knowledge of tackling food waste and composting, and we are looking forward to expanding to schools soon.
There's not been an activity box as innovative, entertaining or educational as Compostivity, and we've made sure that this is the case through our various social media platforms and our website. The $14.99 price tag allows us to reach as many customers as possible with the aim of educating them about the environmental benefits of composting while still making a profit for our shareholders. As of today, we have a revenue of around £1,400 and a profit of just under £600, so a 40% profit margin per box. So as a company, we can proudly say that our problem solving and teamwork skills to create a sustainable and unique eco-friendly business will have a long-lasting impact on future generations.
Great. So now, differently from before, the team will start sharing the screen.
Can everyone see that?
Yes, we can see it. So whenever you're free, please start the presentation. You have maximum 4 minutes.
Did you know that if only 25% of yearly food waste was saved, it would be enough to feed 870 million people annually? This may surprise you and is a huge issue in our society, which is why we founded Compostivity.
As a team, we wanted to create a business that maximized benefits through the use of our product to our society, and both for the present and the future. As a result of this, we weren't as concerned about maximizing profits, but instead prioritized the benefits brought by our product and the overall benefits to society.
That is why we agreed on the business model of a social enterprise and use this as the basis for the creation of our company.
I'm Daisy, and I'm the Operations Director of Compostivity, and I'm here with my colleagues Sinclair, our Finance and Competitions Director, and Alex, one of our Managing Directors.
Here at Compostivity, we found an issue and saw a chance to solve it. Food waste is a prevalent problem in society and is a major contributor to global warming as it accounts for 8 to 10% of all greenhouse gas emissions. Our company educates the younger generations on how to reduce and use food waste in a fun and educational way.
Compostivity, above all, is unique in the sense that it holds an intrinsic value of environmental change through education. This value runs through all aspects of our product, from our website and to our activity booklet in our compost box.
To prevent greenwashing, our marketing and digital departments have made the process transparent through publishing our supplies and values on our website. We stand by the sustainable nature of our product as it is 100% recyclable and compostable.
Our $11.99 box, so €14 and $16, 14 euros or $16, includes seasonal seeds, soil pellets, stickers, and the activity booklet, as well as compostable tissue, paper to kickstart the journey. And as mentioned previously, every component of the box is compostable and is made of recyclable materials.
One of the biggest values, as said earlier, which our team holds, is change through education. And we believe this strongly links to sustainability and the long-term legacy of our product. Through the distribution of our boxes through scout troops and schools, we've been able to see one of our greatest aims become a reality. Our team knew from the beginning, if we needed to solve the issue of food waste, that we had to start with education. And our younger generation is the key to that, which is why we created the Compostivity box.
Even though some carbon emissions are unavoidable in our manufacturing process, our team has taken as many steps as possible to reduce our carbon footprint. We've been delivering our products by bike if our customers are London-based. We have only used suppliers that are based in the southeast of England and predominantly in London in order to reduce the carbon emissions from delivery. And finally, we are using 20% of our final profits to offset our carbon emissions through planting trees and supporting other environmental projects.
Thank you everyone so much for listening, and we hope you make the world a better place by composting your food waste.
Great, I'll kick us off this round. Great presentation, obviously a big problem. And first I want to start by saying kudos for including supply chain transparency. That's an issue that many global corporations are wrestling with right now. It's quite a thorny issue. So I think that was great. Can you talk about your actual sales a bit? How many kits have you sold, and are you focused on selling them directly to families, or are you focused on selling them to schools to be distributed to full classrooms of students?
So currently, we have sold over 100 boxes, and our target market initially was schools. But if the schools weren't interested, we use their emailing sort of services to reach out to parents. So then we have that network of customers after. And then we've also worked with scouts groups. So anything through sort of education, we're able to deal with.
Good, great to have multiple channels. I'm surprised the schools have shared their email list, but that's excellent. That's good data. Any of the other?
I think also apart from schools, especially in lockdown in the UK, when schools are shut, another way of reaching out was also getting on sort of platforms for parents. I know during lockdown, a lot of people were stuck indoors, and the Compostivity box offers a great opportunity for kids to get outside off their screens. And that was something we were trying to target originally when schools were closed. So getting on parent groups, gardening centers, kind of sort of spreading the word that it's a good way to get outdoors.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Ryan, for the question. Dana, do you want to go next?
Yes, sure. Thank you. I really like this educational part of your product. It's really nice, and also thank you for putting those photos out there to see how you guys did it. My question is a little bit different this time. Is, you know, when I saw your box, it made me think: has any of those kids actually tried to put compost in the box? And if they put actual compost in the box, how long did it last? Because when I saw your presentation, I really felt I'm going to get a box and put my compost in it. And then I thought, well, if it's cardboard, would it last? So I actually sit with this question. So that's why I'm offering here.
Yeah, so it actually does work. We specifically chose our box, here's an example, to be corrugated cardboard, which means it's 100% compostable when mud and other like wet substances like food waste is put in it. So it should take between 3 to about 5 months to completely compost the actual box itself. But I think that's also a great component of it because it adds more to your compost. And as you add it, we've linked on our website bigger compost bins that you can also buy. But as it's a beginner pack, we thought it was best to start with a smaller box so children can contain their compost.
Thank you for the question. Sorry for the tech issue that I had a few minutes ago. If there are no other questions, or please.
Nico, is there time for one more?
Yes, absolutely, Sebastian. Please go ahead.
So I was just curious. So when I think of food waste, it sort of feels like there's the top end and the tail end of the problem. I mean, you know, wasting food in the first place, and then sort of what you do with the food. So I was wondering, what's your view on that? Do you think that this solution is primarily sort of targeting the second end? So what do you do with food that is not being used as food anymore? Or do you also see the sort of broader problem and your solution fit into that?
I guess my answer to that would be there's two views of looking at it. So it's firstly home food at home, which I don't think is the majority of food waste. But the way that is leading to reduced greenhouse gas emission is because that food no longer has to be traveled or transported to a landfill. And once it's in the landfill, it doesn't seep into the soil and generate methane. So I don't have the exact number that contributes to a significant number of greenhouse gas emissions. And then the other habit is that because you're starting with such a young audience, you're creating these permanent habits that will last with them as they grow up, in how to be sustainable, how to consume a little amount of food. And I think that's actually the more important and powerful impact of our product, because it's just, that's a more permanent impact, and it's creating good habits at a young age.
Yeah, definitely. If I could also add on to that, we also do try our best to deal with the first issue, like you mentioned, with our activities and our activity booklet to explain how to prevent food waste in the first place. But also once the food waste has been made, which is obviously irreversible, we do give an option for that to be used in a better way rather than it just going to landfill, just like Sinclair said.
All right, thanks team.
Thanks again. Thanks to the team and to the jury for the questions. This was the last presentation of today. So now the jury will leave for the deliberation. In the meantime, we will have other activities. So Diana, the floor is back to you for the rest of the event.
Thank you so much, Nico. Wow, this was amazing. All those presentations and the way you perform, you really done a fantastic job, and I'm very, very proud of you. And I think you are all just qualified to join our alumni group. You probably are wondering what is that. And for that reason, we invited the president of the JEA Europe Alumni Group to come and share a few things about their group and what you could do to benefit from joining them. Maxi, can you hear us? Are you with us? And by the way, Maxi is also my boss because he sits on our European board as representing our alumni group.
You're always saying that currently. Thank you for the very, very kind introduction, Diana. I am here and I'm very pleased to be here. Thank you for the invitation, and a huge shout out to the Arconic Foundation in Europe, not just for having me here today, but for hosting this very, very great initiative. Just seeing the few pitches that I could see in the past 30 minutes, you guys, the ideas you have, the way you tackle things, that's exactly the spirit that I love so much about JA, and that really captures what we do at JA Alumni Europe, which mainly is to continue moving into this direction, to continue this entrepreneurial spirit that you guys are into right now. But I will get right into my presentation here and share my screen, because this is what I'm going to talk to you about now in this little break. Firstly, please everyone, take a deep breath and then just sit back and relax for the next 10 minutes, because you only need to listen to my voice now. You've done an incredible job. I'm sure you've all had absolutely incredible pitches and have done your very, very best to represent your ideas and projects. So please sit back, congratulations, and let's get right into my little presentation over here. Right, as I said, my name is Maxi. I live in Vienna, Austria. This is also where I'm reporting from right now. If you can hear some thunderstorm, that's because we have a little thunderstorm going outside right now. So just to let you know, you can hear some thunder. That's, you know, Austria being Austria in summer. I'm the current president of JA Alumni Europe. And I want to start off with asking you a very little question, a very simple one, actually. Do you enjoy what you are doing? Have you enjoyed these past few days, hours, your team, the challenges this initiative has given you? And while you think about that for the next few minutes in your mind, I will tell you about something that you and we have in common, even though we probably have never ever met in our lives. This little picture is showing me participating in the JA Company program a few years ago here in Vienna, Austria. You can see us, we're all smiling, holding our products into the camera. We were selling these little bags, which we hand painted. It was a very, very nice experience. My first company really that I founded, and the first time I had to be kind of a leader, even though I was leading my friends. It's still a leadership position, right? As all of you might know. We're smiling on this picture right now, but as you also know, it's very, very hard to work as a team. You have internal discussions and struggles. What is your service? Which problem do you want to solve? Which problem is worth solving? What are you passionate about? Coming up with a product and then actually selling it to people like you just were a few minutes ago, to ideally strangers in suits, who might even give you money to actually make your ideas happen. All of that is a lot of pressure and a lot to take in. Presenting in front of 20, 30, 40 people, even if it's just in front of your laptop, you've never ever met these people. And even though it's such a struggle and it's such a stress, I mean, I absolutely enjoyed it. I really loved it. And at the end of this little journey, a few people here on this picture approached me asking, hey, so we have this network of alumni of people who've done exactly what you just did. And we just, want to get together and talk about entrepreneurship, have some events here and there, and meet up from time to time. I decided to join this little crazy group of Austrian people you can see on the picture a few years ago. And moving onward 4 years from that point, to be very exact, this is many of the participants in the first ever global JA Alumni Conference that we as an Austrian team hosted and organized in 2019 here in Vienna with 400 participants, 60 countries from Albania to the USA, with top-notch keynote speakers from all across the globe joining us to motivate these young people and their willingness to be an entrepreneur. We have workshops, interactive sessions, all that jazz. And mostly the most important thing was that every single person you can see on this picture really started an international network of people that have the same vision, the same spirit, and just love to get to do something, get together, start a crazy project, and simply make it happen. Make it happen, that's also a phrase that I really learned these past years in JA. As Diana said, I've had quite the journey here within the network, and I'm very, very thankful for the many opportunities JA Europe is giving the alumni, and then again, every single one of you now to really experience who you are as a person, who you could be as an entrepreneur, and who you want to be as a future entrepreneur. And I think I just wrote down like two very, very generic and basic, you might want to call them, but to me, they're really important lessons that I've learned, which is that I really recognized my strength in just, you know, going out there, trying to lead a team, finding out what leading a team actually means, doing what you guys are doing right now. And I found out that I'm a solver, that my talent is whatever it is, I really want to get behind it and just make the things happen. So recognize your talents and use them in every way you can, and absolutely never doubt the gifts that you have, even if people are telling you you should doubt them. I think that's a very, very big message, as well as things take time, but you have to start somewhere. And once again, this is what the alumni are all about. This is what I know you guys are all about. You've practically set up a company already. So it's just about getting together and actually starting, not just talking about maybe starting or maybe doing this, but actually saying, let's just do it and see wherever it takes me. So as I said, Jay really taught me that I'm a fixer. I like to tackle problems, whatever they are, get together with a great group of people, and then just start working and see wherever it takes me. This actually took me to joining our family business that we have here in Vienna, which is a roofing company. So more on the engineering path, what I actually never wanted to do. But it really was school that helped me off there. I wasn't, you know, the best when it came to maths and all of that. And Jay really showed me that, hey, you might not be good at math, but you are a person that can jump on a project and just find quick, easy solutions and talk to people and bring them together. And this is what really made me say, okay, I'm just going to try, have a look into the company. And now I'm running it together with my dad a few years forward. So I really became an entrepreneur at the end of the day because of the things I've learned and been through at Jay. So, you know, as I said, the experience you're starting right now can really take off into many ways. That's why I just roughly summing up what we're doing, because I know that has been a lot of information right now. I will quickly sum up what our core values are. We're a European and global network of students and young professionals. We just want to meet like-minded people who want to make things happen and find their strength and inner entrepreneurial spirit. And we do this by continuing the entrepreneurial spirit of the JA program. So basically also what you guys just have been through. We're open to all former JA company program participants, and then again, everyone who has participated in a program by JA. And we want to continue the spirit that you guys are currently witnessing within your teams and also among the other teams. And just foster entrepreneurship among students and young people all across Europe. And we do this by creating a very safe space for absolutely amazing opportunities with huge partners, events, and most importantly, personal growth. We never judge anyone by their appearance or looks or heritage, color of your skin. We really only care about where you want to go, who you want to be, what you want to achieve. Your mindset basically, and the kindness you want to bring into the network, and then again into this huge world. And with that said, I just want to close this little speech with a very nice picture of one of our last physical gatherings. Unfortunately, it has been some time, but I think you can really see, you know, the power, the happiness on all those smiley faces. All of these people are or have been in leading positions in our alumni network in their member countries. We have over 20 countries that already have an alumni network. And you can still join them, even though we cannot meet currently physically on a European level. We have a virtual online platform, which is called Gather, and you can register there right now. If you go to gatheralumni.org, set up your profile, join us, see if you already have a national network, see what we're doing on the European level. There are tons of opportunities out there, even in the online world currently. So make sure to check it out and simply give it a shot. And that really brings me back to the question I asked you a few minutes ago, is do you enjoy what you're doing? Thinking about the past few hours, looking at your team members, do you like these guys? Do you like working with people who just jump on crazy projects? Because why the hell not? If that's a yes, then all I can say to you guys is welcome to J Alumni Europe and welcome to our alumni family. I'd love to see you on Gather, and I'd also love to take all of your questions. I'm leaving my contact details right here. And if we still have some time, Diana, I'm not too sure how long my monologue was. We can jump on some questions if you guys want to learn anything more. Besides that, thank you for your attention and good luck, of course, to all of you for the award.
Thank you so much, Maxi, for joining us. And thank you for leading such an amazing network. And while people are thinking of the questions, what I noticed, because I've been with Jay for more than 17 years, that not only that you are gathering together as friends, but you are also helping each other. Remember some of the members that were creating network to develop their business together, that they were helping each other when they needed things across different countries.
It's really a network. That's the thing. Like also currently in my business, like we just renovated our offices and I had 3 companies from Austrian alumni who are actually helping me there now with social media work. One is literally getting the furniture for our office. And I only know these people because they're alumni and you just click, right? You know the people and they will for sure jump on this project with you and say, hey, yeah, sure, you're an alumni. We've met, I know you, let's make this happen. Let's just do this. And that's so nice to have in, you know, such a big world. Having that on a European level at such a young age as well, that's absolutely astonishing. So the alumni network and then again, JA for this is absolute, yeah. I can only tell you guys to give it a shot. It's only as good as you make it, right?
Definitely. Thank you so much, Maxi. You can really see the passion and enthusiasm there. Anyone has any questions for Maxi? And I know that you've been quite nervous waiting for the final results, but any questions?
If you guys have any questions later on, that's why my contact details are there. Follow me on the socials and especially the alumni. You can also DM me them later on. I'm happy to jump on a call with you guys if you want to know any more things. I know you guys are very excited to hear the winner, as are we, I would say, Diana. I'm not sure about you, but you know, it's always a tricky
situation. We still have a little bit of time because the judges still need to deliberate. It's not been an easy job for them. So yes, if there are any questions, write it here or in the chat or send directly to Maxi on his contact details. But we do hope to see you all in the different local alumni networks and the future events, and also to flourish in whatever you want to do in your career, right? As an entrepreneur or in your future jobs, we will definitely want to keep in touch.
Yes, that is exactly what it's about, right? Kind of using the network that we have to make sure you really have the best start when founding a company and in your future work life. I mean, it's always easier and better if you know people already, and we have a big network all across Europe and everyone is willing to help everyone all the time. That's why we're also calling it an alumni family, because, you know, in families, family comes first, right? So that's kind of the secret motto.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Maxi, for joining us. Well, if there were no questions, then I would like to invite my colleague Marina, who behind the scenes, together with Nico and the team, have been doing a wonderful job to put this project together. So I wanted to give her the floor as she wants to do something cool with you.
Well, hopefully. Thank you very much, Diana. Thank you very much, Maxi, for such an
inspiring talk. I really liked it because I think GA alumni and GA Europe has a very similar goal in really asking the question whether you enjoy what you're doing. And for us, it's very important. Therefore, I would like to propose to have a bit of a kind of a team building networking activity of seeing what your feedback on your experience and on this long journey of 1 year was. I would ask my colleague Bruno to put up a slide with a Mentimeter, if that's possible. So you can take your phones, preferably individually, because we would really like to hear the feedback of each of you, and go to the Mentimeter website using a voting code, or scan the QR code that you're seeing on your on the screen right now. Alternatively, if that's a bit too complicated, I'm sending the link into the chat so you can all see and you can all access our survey platform. Once you follow the link, we will start. I'll share my screen. If Bruno stops sharing his, please. Thank you very much. And then we can start with asking you some questions and hearing back from you. Yes, I see already some words here. Thank you very much. I would like to start asking how you guys feel now, because yes, it's been a very nervous time. It's also been a very long year for you. So please let us know how are you feeling. You can even do it in your own language so we can see how international you are, in case you're missing a word. I think it's important just because you can feel and relate to one another, and even though you come from different countries or different schools, you can still feel that, you know, the work that you've done, it's relatable. In the end, the feelings that you share are pretty much the same. Okay, thank you very much. Proud. We're very proud of you. As GA Europe, I can say we're very proud to hear the ideas, and it's been really mind-blowing for me to see how well thought and well designed they are. So a very big congratulations to all of you. I think you've all done a great job. Bravo. Moving on to the next question. Where are you now? It seems like a bit of a silly question, but I think it's very relevant in the time we're living now, because with pandemic, it's just very different. I think Mel and Harp from France were in school all together, which is interesting because for us, the reality has been different in Belgium, and we've been working from home. So it was just interesting to see, where are you now? What place was the one that from which you were participating to this finals? Just to see whether we can be more related to one another in this pandemic, and whether we can relate to the circumstances that are happening around us.
Can you hear us?
Yes.
Hello? Yeah. So we're currently at our high school, and yeah, you know, there's this pandemic. We were able to come together, of course, with our masks on, and work on this project, basically.
Yeah, that's great. I saw you all together, and also with your product. I thought it was great, because I'm not really sure how different the measures are around the countries, but it's great to be together, I think. And it's been definitely a transformative year, also for you guys, for the world of education, but also for the world of work. And it's good to acknowledge that. Moving forward, how would you describe your experience of our Arconic competition in one word? If you can squeeze the whole year of your work in one word, what would that be? Or can you come up with a word like that? You can also do it in your own language, if you like. Is anyone talking, or is it just? Don't forget. Yeah?
Époustouflante. It's époustouflant in French.
Okay, I don't really understand French, but I hope that this is. Try to put it in the chat.
Amazing. Yeah.
Incredible.
Okay,
that's wonderful. I still have to work on my French. I must say. Still there. Excellent. Surprising. I would be very happy to hear how surprising the competition was for you. What does surprising mean in terms of the results? That the results were better than you expected, or there have been more challenges that you've expected?
Yeah. We sold the 100% of all of our harps. So yeah, an incredible year. We had many
contacts throughout France. Around the France, we sold our harp in the whole France, in the north, in the south, of course, too, and also furthermore, we've been doing this since the beginning of the school year, and plus with the pandemic and all that, and reaching to this point in the European level, that's really it's a huge achievement for us.
No, for sure. I mean, I absolutely agree with you. I think it's great because also your problem is very targeted and it's very narrow, it's very specific, and I think it really does need to be addressed. So it's great. I mean, I'm very happy to hear it. I think everyone who is with us now is very impressed too. It's great. Thank you, guys. Thank you very much. Moving forward, there is a scale, and I would like to ask you to find the best suited answer for why did you participate in the Arconic Foundation Innovative Sustainability Business Award. Was it because you were interested in sustainability and environmentally friendly solutions, or was it because your mini company already had an idea which was suitable to the criteria of this award? Is it because you wanted to learn something new about the business establishment, or whether you were just offered the opportunity and you thought that's something that you want to jump on and something you know it's a challenge worth taking and worth exploring? Yeah, I see that the majority of the respondents say that they want to learn something new about establishing business. And I really hope that that was the case. And I really hope that the moment with the mentors that you have had and the moment of question and answers that that we just witnessed now during the finals, I think that was all very helpful for you and for your understanding of business, of trying to be critical, but from a business perspective. And I hope that this is going to be very, very helpful for you in the future when you join the GA alumni and when you also all create your own businesses and startups. Thank you very, very much. Moving to the next question, what was that thing that you enjoy most about the program? Was it working together with your peers, working with your friends, your classmates, kind of finding that leader of your friends, as Maxi just said? Was the most favorite part of this experience mentoring with Arconic employees and learning something from the professionals who are in the field? Is it about doing research and really learning a lot from what is already there? Where's the niche? What is needed in this world? What is still not being where the solution still needs to take place? Or of course, the final competition. I see that the two people voted for final competition, but I think it's because it's really the most enthusiastic, the most nervous, and the most awaited moment in this whole year is, of course, the moment we are witnessing and living through right now. I also see the majority likes working with the peers, and that's great because I think you learn a lot from each other and you create a bond and you create your own network with those people for many years to come. And that's absolutely great. Thank you very much. Going to the next question, as young entrepreneurs, because you've created your own business, so you do have a proud name of young entrepreneurs. What is the change that you want to make in the world? It is a very big question, and it might be related to sustainability and sustainable change, or it can also relate to other challenges that we are facing, that our society is facing nowadays. Try to take a minute and think about it from your personal perspective. I think it's also important because that's something that makes you happy, and that's something that the world needs. There's endless problems that need your innovation and need your creativity and your network to work together and find solutions. Yeah, I see equal pay and innovation. I think those are very much interconnected as well. It's true. With equal pay and the inequalities that we have, the gaps in the world between the global north and the global south, I absolutely agree that is something that requires being addressed. And of course, that can be done only through innovation and also through inspiration, inspiring your friends, inspiring those who are around you by your ideas, by your actions. Sustainable development, that's a good one too, because sustainable development also has a lot of components in it. And saving resources, which I also couldn't agree more. That sounds very, very good, guys. It sounds like you really thought through it. And I'm very, very happy to see all those responses. And I think one of the last questions that I'm going to ask you, if you could also think and reflect back on the whole year of this program and tell us what was the moment that you will never forget from this program. Is there something that was so remarkable that you won't forget, something that was very unique and will always stay connected to Arconic event and Arconic program? Maybe it's a memory of how you started your idea, or the moment when the idea came into your mind, or maybe just working together with your with your peers. Profit, that's a good one. I mean, I agree. I think it's one of the biggest memories I have in my life too. The first time I got my salary, the first time I got the profit, it was something to remember for the rest of the life. That nothing is impossible. Love that one. It's a beautiful, beautiful quote. And teamwork is everything. Indeed, because teamwork makes dreams come true. Fantastic. I'll just give another minute if someone wants to add something, because I think those are really valuable things. And these are things to reflect back on, and to also feel connected to, to see how like-minded you all are, and consider staying in touch with each other. Okay, I think this is everything, and this is the end of the survey. Thank you very much for sharing your experiences and for telling us how this experience was for you. And we hope that you're going to excel and do many, many great things in your future. Thank you very much, guys, and good luck. Diana, back to you.
Thank you so much, Marina, and thank you so much, everyone, for all your engagement. I would like, before I give the floor to the judges, I know that they are here. I would like to share a short video, because for us, you are all heroes, you are all exemplary, and we are putting together a big entrepreneurship festival this year. So we would love to invite you all to join us next week, and not only the students, but also the judges and everyone here. So let's listen to this video presentation.
The pandemic has brought out the best and the worst of humanity.
Thank you so much for sharing that video. Indeed, we have a big festival coming up starting on the 29th next week, and we really hope to see you all there. Come and support your teams and your colleagues from the countries, because they will present their ideas at the stand. But before, I know you are all nervous and you want to know who the winner is, but before we give the floor to the chair judge, Jasper, I would like to ask Dana to share a couple of words with us, because it really meant a lot to us to have a representative from the European Commission on the jury and with us at the event today. Dana, can you share your experience and why is this important for the European Commission?
Thank you. Okay, thank you for giving me the final word. I'm not so sure it should be me, but okay. I just to say that I intended to actually say something else, but I was so impressed by the project and by everything that came out that I'm going to just go in a different direction. And I just want to say that, you know, what you guys presented today, it really makes me trust even more the extreme energy and power that this generation to come that they have. So at the European Commission, we spend a lot of time and effort, and we put some funding to support entrepreneurial learning, entrepreneurship education. And this is exactly what we saw, this creativity, this innovation, this courage to actually to make the leap and to jump and to just go out there and try it and do it, experience it, not just think about it and say, yeah, maybe one day I'll do it. So I think this is tremendous. And it really made me think that you are really role models for the other students who we didn't have a chance to see here. And we talk a lot at the European Commission about role models. I have to say, I also work on women entrepreneurs, so it was nice to actually see girls in this team. So we really appreciated the diverse team. So I see that even if I look now, I see girls, I see boys. So it's really nice that it's the teams are diverse. So I appreciate that. And I want to encourage you to continue. And, you know, one thing we talk to entrepreneurs, we talk about, you know, learning from failure. And this is something, when I went to school, I didn't learn from failure. Nobody told me that it's okay to fail, because actually you learn and you learn even better. And failure is maybe not such a nice word, but, you know, this is a competition. So one of you is going to come on top. It doesn't mean that the others are not good. It's just, you know, for whatever, for us there, we put some grades, but you can learn from that. And I encourage you to see the learning, the gift and the opportunity. So the tremendous opportunity that you had, we know you, you're here with us. Maybe some other opportunities will come from here. So I want to encourage you to take the gift from there. And this is something that the students that I meet, and then we try to work on entrepreneurial learning. We go even from kindergarten. So I even talk to small kids and I talk to them. And, you know, when I enter the classroom, they ask me, who's this who wants to come and talk to us, this adult who wants to tell us things. So I encourage you to do this. So instead of us, you know, the adults, in the question that we asked, we even came like, oh, the parents, the parental voices there. So I encourage you to go out there and to talk to the other kids in your school maybe, and to the younger kids, and to emphasize the learning. What have you learned when you did this project? Not necessarily the outcome, if you won or not, but the journey. You know, what have you learned? Have you learned something about teamwork? Have you learned something about how to mobilize resources? Have you learned how to overcome adversity? Have you learned about attitude to risk? You know, what have you learned? So I really encourage you to extract the learning from this experience and then share it with other colleagues, friends, kids out there, so that you make my job, and those people who, a lot of people who, the adults who sit here have the same job as me. We're supposed to go out there and to implement this entrepreneurial mindset, not necessarily to become an entrepreneur, but to be enterprising in life. So to learn to go through life creating this enterprise, whatever it is. It doesn't necessarily have to be the biggest Google. It will be great if you can do it. But if you don't, at whatever, do keep this entrepreneurial spirit, because that's an asset. This is what's going to make us into the 21st century more sustainable. And we talk about this sustainability, but it's a mindset too. It's this entrepreneurship, sustainability, with, in a sense, they're big words, but you have them there. And I'd like you to keep them and to spread them, to tell your friends, everybody. And maybe next year you come and you tell us how many people you convinced, and then maybe we'll have more ideas. So I really want you to stay with that and to take the learning and the gift and the opportunity for this. Of course, one of you will take the prize, but for the others, you're equally worthy. And I think you've done a lot of great work. So I'd like to praise the effort and the process that you achieved. And I want you to congratulate you for that. So well done, and please continue. And I hope to meet you again. All right.
Thank you so much, Dana, for those great works. Yes, I cannot agree more. I think they've done a great job. They are all winners, all needs to be proud of what they've achieved. And I know that they are all waiting to hear the results. So I'm going to invite Jasper to come to announce the winner.
Yeah, thank you, Diana. And obviously I will still keep the suspense a little bit going, because as the chair of the judge of today, you know, I also wanted to share some thoughts with the students. So first things first, let me state that being part of this project has been a really valuable experience, not just for the students, but in particular also for us, for the members of the jury, because, you know, listening to all of you and seeing those creative ideas really also makes our way of working, thinking, etc. a lot richer, right? So it has really been an honor to be able to interact with all of you today, take note of the creative and innovative business plans you have developed. And I would like to thank all of the students for that. Now, the company I present, Arconic, is a global manufacturing company. We are all about providing lightweight, durable, recyclable, and sustainable solutions for markets such as aerospace. And I'm looking at Sebastian of Boeing here, obviously, as well. Cars, trucks, building and construction. And for us as a corporation, and in particular also for our corporate foundation, the Arconic Foundation, which Ryan represents, it's really great to see that all of these ideas today have been developed by the groups that we listen to today, the engineers, business people, and decision makers of tomorrow. So basically all of you. As Diana already said, at the end of the day, you're all winners. I do truly think that you have conceived something very meaningful as part of this project. And during this process of going from brainstorming, conceptualizing, and in the end also execution of your plans, I'm pretty sure that you have acquired many new skills and experiences. However, this is a competition, and in each competition there can be only one winner. As the jury, we had a very exciting, but also, I must say, a very difficult task. And I know every jury says that, but it was really a difficult task to review your project descriptions, assess your presentations, and at the end of the jury deliberation, select a winner. I would really like to emphasize again, you are all winners. Each project turned out to be unique, innovative, and I'm sure it is contributing to a more sustainable society. So whatever happens at the end of this program, continue to develop your ideas, and make sure that you bring it to the market, because there is a strong need for this. Maybe one additional comment, apart from the innovative nature and the technology, we were very impressed with all of the passion, the engagement, and I think we could see that all of you also had at least a little bit of fun along the way. And I think that's maybe even the most important takeaway from the competition. A little bit more formal, we looked at a couple of criteria, and I'm slowly building to defining who is the winner, right? We looked at problem solving and innovation. We looked at a clear definition of the business model, and we looked at presenting a working prototype. Well, all of you succeeded in those 3 points, but obviously there were differences here and there. I would like to start with providing a couple of highlights, a couple of takeaways, which we have just written down when we were discussing the 4 teams. I will do this in the order of the presentation of earlier today. And after that, we are ready to indeed announce the winner. So let me start just with a few points for Team Melanarp. The jury agreed that the extinction of bees is an issue of global concern. So we're really happy to see that you are addressing that, because our future might, in a sense, depend on the role bees play in our ecosystem. So it's something that we cannot underestimate. We also believe that you really thought through how to develop a sustainable, durable, and at the same time affordable solution. And we could really see in your team that this has been a very strong team effort. There was lots of enthusiasm and lots of pride. I loved it when you guys, you know, were carrying your harp and showing it to us. I mean, job well done. Then let's move to Team UV Clean. Very relevant solution for an extremely current topic. You know, obviously we are still being disturbed by this global pandemic. There is a great need still for hygiene and for protecting ourselves. And at the same time, I think that many people indeed take offense in seeing those masks lying on the pavement or in the nature. The ease of use of your products was really magnificent. I mean, you throw your mask in the box, you flip a switch, and you're good, right? So that really contributes to people actually using it. If it's too difficult, people won't use it. And I think there's a lot of potential to further develop your technology for future applications when the pandemic you know is officially over. Team Pupil Pay, again, addressing a very topical issue. We do believe that it's very important to you know, keep cash away from the schoolyard. We want to have a secure environment for students. We also want them obviously to be able to still, you know, buy for their lunch, do whatever they need, but maybe not with cash money in the pockets. We also believe that the Pupil Pay solution teaches kids to, at an early age, start living in a cashless society, which probably will be more and more the future. And a third element, which really impressed us, is that it can help young students and kids to manage their spending, which also builds responsible financial habits. All of the intelligence that you can pull out of the platform is really helpful with that. And talking about the platform, the design and the execution of the concept, I think is really amazing. And eventually it could include additional things like in-app services, and you have already you know, listed some of those, such as the food ordering. So really clean, really well done. Then last but certainly not least, Team Compostivity. We were very impressed, and especially, you know, Dana being the expert in all of this, you know, using education in a creative and appealing way to change habits. You know, creating awareness at such a young age of your target group is really a great approach. I mean, you are making change for the future, not just, you know, temporary or a one-off change. Also, the prototype, we didn't want to call it a prototype, because actually you have a finished product, right? You know, you can put it in the store, in the shop, just like that. So very holistic, very all-encompassing way of getting across a very strong focus on sustainability to a very young age target group. So really, all the 4 teams, very impressive projects, job well done. And I guess this now brings us to the moment supreme. I don't know, Diana, do we have a drum roll or something like that? Or should I just make some noise here?
Unmute ourselves. We're all waiting for. This
okay.
is the moment.
The winner of the 2021 Arconic Foundation and Junior Achievement Inventing the Future Innovative Sustainable Business Idea Award is Melon Harp.
Whoa! Congratulations.
That's very good. Excellent. Well, the team is happy, and they should be. So that's really cool. Maybe just while they are celebrating, we wanted to provide a few additional highlights. We don't have the time to really go in depth, but the jury will make sure that we also provide some written feedback to the students. But I think, you know, one of the things that, apart from the issue at hand, and apart from the solution that you guys and girls have brought to the table, we were really impressed also with basically the enthusiasm and the engagement of this team. You can see it now. Be careful, guys! Don't climb on the chairs and the tables, etc. We want to stay safe, but I think there's a lot of passion with this team, and that really also how do you say that stood out during the presentation. So very well done. Again, you know, from the jury point of view, I want to congratulate all of you once more. We would like to thank you so much for your participation. It's your ideas, your engagement, your passion, which will help all of us to eventually transition to a more sustainable society. Whatever you do after this competition, keep that passion in whatever you might be doing in the future. Maybe our paths will cross again sometime. And I do hope that you will remember you were one of the 4 finalist teams of this great competition. I would like to take the opportunity to thank my fellow jury members, Dana Adriana Puya Morel of the European Commission, Sebastian Teil of Boeing, my colleague Ryan Kish of the Arconic Foundation. But above all, I would also like to thank the team of Junior Achievement Europe, as well as the national Junior Achievement chapters and partners for organizing this excellent event. And with this, I guess, Diana, I turn it over to you and let you take the lead again.
Thank you so much, Jasper, and thank you so much to the jury, to the Arconic and Arconic Foundation for all the support. Well, before I say final thanks, can we hear from the winners? I see so much energy there.
Hello? Yeah, hello. Can you hear us?
Yes, we can.
Okay, yeah, we are really happy to have won this prize. Of course, we are really united in our team. It's like this that we won because each person in the team has something to bring more, has something to bring up to the company. So we are really proud, and it's really nice to feel the victory after all the work we have done.
Fantastic. Well, big congratulations. Well done. All of you. I know it was not an easy job. Congratulations to the Melon Harp. Well, I'm just here to thank everyone who contributed to this project. I would like to thank our coordinators from the countries. I saw them here. We have Camille and Nicolas from France, Anna and Jean-Patrick from Germany, Christophe and Martin from Hungary, Kit from the UK, all the teachers and all the students who took part locally. This is, as I said, just the final teams who made it, but a lot of great work has been put behind the scenes. And of course, the support from Arconic Foundation comes without saying, and all the judges for what they've done today and also before, because they had to review your submissions. And last, but definitely not least, I want to thank my team, because this is a team effort to make sure that these activities are run smoothly behind the scenes, that everyone is happy and all well coordinated. So big thumbs up to Nicolo, Marina, Julia, Bruno, Cesar, Mina, Davide, and Vera. Great job, everyone. And with this, I think I would like to ask everyone to turn on the camera just to take a group picture, all of us, before we conclude this event. Can everyone turn on the camera?
I think they're all celebrating, Diana.
Yeah, they're coming in.
The wrong moment.
That's fantastic. Well, thank you so much again. It's been amazing. You've done all a fantastic job. Yeah, I think the Melon Harp is celebrating now.
They went for the champagne.
Well done all. Thank you for joining.
Thank you.
All the best.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.